KB Arboga, 3 personer, Emma blöder jättemycket. 2 barn, Max.
Men ta det lite lugnt nu. Vart är du någonstans?
Bäckelsgatan, 2 bättre, Arboga.
Och vad är det som har hänt där då?
Jag vet inte. 2 barn, 1,5-åring och en... Shit, det ser ut som hackhål i. Vad fan är det här? Okej, vänta, jag måste bara lägga ifrån mig telefonen lite stund.
Ja, jag väntar. Vad fan?
Kom Emma.
Kniv, ja.
Vad fan har hänt? Emma.
Hallå?
Emma.
Hallå, hittar du dem nu eller?
Emma.
On March the 17th, 2008, in the quiet town of Arboga, Sweden, a horrific event took place, one that would shock the nation and draw international attention. This is the tragic story of Christine Schur, a German woman whose actions led to the brutal murder of 2 young children and the severe injury of their mother. Join us as we delve into what would be one of the most heinous and senseless crimes of 2008. Why did Christine Schur commit these crimes? Christine Schur was born on June the 30th, 1976 in Hanover, Germany, a city known for its rich, historic and vibrant cultural scene. Christine grew up in a middle-class family. Her parents were hard-working individuals who strived to provide a stable and nurturing environment for their daughter. As a child, Christine was known to be intelligent and curious. She attended local schools where she performed well academically. Teachers often praised her for her diligence and sharp mind. However, despite her academic achievements, Christine's life at home was less than perfect. Beneath the surface of her seemingly normal life, Christine experienced turmoil. Reports suggest that her family life was fraught with tension and conflict. These early experiences of instability and emotional distress left a profound impact on her mental state. During her teenage years, Christine's behavior began to change. She became more withdrawn and isolated, often preferring her own company over social interactions. This period marked the beginning of her struggle with mental health issues, which would later go on to escalate in life. Friends and acquaintances from this period recall Christine as a complex individual. While she had moments of warmth and friendliness, there were also times where she seemed distant and troubled. These conflicting traits made it difficult for her to form lasting relationships. At the age of 11, her father left the family for good, leaving Christine and her mother to fend for themselves. Christine's relationship with her father was minimal. This would shape what would be a solitary, lonely, and troubled youth. In her teenage years, Christine spent time in the United States as an exchange student, living with relatives in Manhattan and studying in Oklahoma. This period was a brief respite from her troubled home life. After returning to Germany, she settled in Göttingen, where she studied history for 6 years. Christine's academic pursuits were coupled with a deep sense of isolation and unresolved emotional issues stemming from her childhood. In 2016, Christine's life took a fateful turn when she was back in Greece again on the island of Crete, where she worked at a local hostel. Christine was drawn to the beauty and tranquility of Greece. The country's rich history and stunning landscapes offered a stark contrast to the inner turmoil she had been experiencing. Christine spent days exploring the local culture, immersing herself in the traditions and the daily life of the Greek people. She found solace in the simple pleasures, the warmth of the sun, the taste of the fresh Mediterranean cuisine, and the friendly interactions with locals and fellow travelers. It was here, in the midst of this idyllic setting, that she hoped to find peace. During her time in Greece, Christine met Torgny Helgren, a Swedish man who was also exploring the country. Torgny was captivated by Christine's intelligence and charm. They quickly became close, sharing a mutual appreciation for the beauty and culture of Greece. Their friendship blossomed, providing Christine with a sense of companionship she had long been missing. Their paths crossed by chance, leading to a connection that would profoundly impact both of their lives. Despite the short duration of their relationship, Christine developed a deep infatuation with Torgny, one that would eventually consume her. The romance between Christine and Torgny was fleeting but intense. After their brief affair in Crete, Torgny returned to Sweden and Christine went back to Germany. However, Christine's feelings for Torgny did not wane. Torgny explained that in the autumn of 2006, Schur visited him in Arboga to see if their relationship had a future. However, the reality of daily life together felt odd and lacked the holiday romance spark. Eventually, Helgren decided to end the relationship via text message, telling Schur that it was over and that he did not want to see her again. Christine, unable to accept the breakup, bombarded Torgny with phone calls and letters, blaming him for her problems. In a dramatic turn, Christine attempted to take her own life during a visit to Sweden, which Torgny perceived as a desperate bid for his attention. After caring for her for a few days, he took her to Stockholm Arlanda Airport and said his goodbyes. In a final and desperate attempt to maintain a connection with Torgny, Christine crafted a letter filled with lies. She claimed that she'd given birth to his child, despite no evidence supporting her pregnancy. She claimed to have given the child up for adoption. Despite her attempts to reconnect, Torgny had moved on with his life. He was now living with his girlfriend, Emma Janjestig, and her two young children, Max and Saga. In the summer of 2007, Christine moved to Sweden in an attempt to be closer to Torgny. She initially settled in Södermalm, a central district in Stockholm, before finding an apartment in the suburb of Sharpnack. During this time, Christine tried for a third time to take her own life. She was admitted to hospital and was later released with only minor cuts on her arms. She had earlier tried to take her own life as a result of feeling betrayed by the Swedishman, leaving her after 4 to 5 days of romance in Greece. On March the 17th, 2008, Christine's obsession reached a terrifying climax. She had travelled from Germany to Sweden, taking a series of trains to reach the small town of Arboga, where her ex-boyfriend Torgny lived, with his girlfriend Emma and their two children, Max and Saga. When Emma answered the door, Christine attacked her with a hammer, striking her head 15 times. Emma's two children, Max and Saga, witnessed the attack and were also brutally assaulted. Christine's blows to their heads would end up being fatal. Emma was left severely injured but survived.
I respirator. Hon hade fått 15 slag i huvudet med vad som antogs var en hammare. Hon var nu helt omedveten om att hennes 2 barn, Max och Saga, inte överlevt.
Fortfarande är det ju en stor chock, men har nog inte riktigt förstått det än. Man tittar på kort hemma, man ser om man går upp på morgonen och tittar på kort, och då kommer ju tårarna alltså. En stund, men ja, de är nästan slut alltså, tårarna.
Före överfallet hade Emma levt ett liv som småbarnsförälder i Arboga. Hon fick Max när hon var 19 och Saga ett par år senare. Saga led av kronisk näringsbrist som gjorde att hon behövde ha dropp även hemma. Att ta hand om barnen var en stor del av Emmas liv.
After the attack, Christine left the crime scene